Okay, so what are we doing here?
We're making a tree wreath. And I've already started one side. I usually do two sections, and then I come around, and I'll show you. We actually put a stump on the tree.
Oh yeah.
So everything is complete.
So now I see.
Then we decorate it also. I'm working my way. I do half the side this way, and then I start the wire, and I meet at the bottom.
So this wire was originally rounded.
Yes,
you
it was.
Like
I made
that.
the form. Basically, it was a little bit smaller than this. You can buy the forms, but the forms are not as. I don't think they make such a good wreath.
So you just go through and use the pliers or whatever to.
Yeah, my hands.
Yeah. Well, because you're so macho, is what it is. Is that what you're telling me?
It's easy to bend. And all you do, we put a bunch on the bottom, and this is a nice combination. We did this for a client last year. We put Fraser fir, which I'm doing now, on the bottom, and this is the Fraser fir. This is some of the stuff that's off the trees, or for the most part, we're buying some of this. This is very nice, and we use that as a base for most everything because it gives it a nice, rich color. So you put the bottom bunch as Fraser, and then we take Western Noble Fir, which is different from the noble fir trees that are available. This is specifically cut, and this is a beautiful noble fir type. We can never seem to achieve this in a tree form. Only out in the west coast do they get them like that. And we try to utilize most of this because this stuff is a little pricey. And we just take off, we wing it, and then we utilize it wherever we might need it in this form. And so we'll put a piece here, and I pre-cut some pieces because I find it easier to work. And this way I pick through which ones I want, and I just want to make sure it's nice and full. So I add another piece. I want to make sure that I have a corner piece so that it looks like a triangle or a Christmas tree. This doesn't take very long. And what I normally do with this is I work 2 rolls of wire so I don't mess up in case I have to add another bunch in order to achieve the centerness. But I've been getting very lucky lately, so this will just tie off. And these are spools of wire that we buy. They're half-pound spools. This is bright anneal wire, 22 gauge. It takes a good tug to break this. This is a nice weight. 23 gauge, which is a little lighter, will snap easier. So that's about as pull tight as I can get it. And that'll just keep everything where I want it. And then the next thing I'll do is I'll start another roll here, not to disturb my endo, because otherwise I got to bring it all the way around. So we just start another one and we'll bring it down this side. See, again, this is a thickness factor, and we want to make sure it's nice and full. So we build up the bottom so that there's some weight to it. So we try to use the branches that go in the best location to give this the angle that we want here. And this is almost finished, believe it or not. It doesn't take that long to make a wreath. We need one more bunch on that side. And we should be in pretty good shape. And then we'll dress it up with some cones. Some nice native cones. We get a lot of native cones around here. Cones actually tend to run every 3rd year when they mature. It takes a while. So the 3rd year when they're mature, and there's a lot of them around, we tend to stock up on them so that we have enough of them for the year after and year after that, so we don't have to buy so many. Here's where that 2-roll thing comes in. So now I've got 2 rolls of wire. We got roll number 1 on the right and roll number 2 on the left. Now we assess if that stump, which we're going to put right here, is going to fit just nice without any more additional, because we also put a cone in the center. So this is actually a pretty good shot at where we're going to go. And that's the end of it. So now we can tie it off. Since we have 2 rolls, we have to tie both of them off. We go through 100 rolls of this wire, which I have no idea how much mileage is on it, but it's almost 100 rolls. And we sell the green colored one to the folks that want to make their own, because they seem to like the green ones better. And we get a pair of wire cutters, because you should never use pruning shears. Cut your wire. And then all we need is a screw, a piece of wood, and a screw gun. And we'll put the bottom on. Can you hand me that screw gun? This is something we came up with to anchor this. And I figured out how to do it. You just put the screw through because you have so much brush here, you kind of put the screw halfway through. Might be smarter to use the gun. We just want to get to the bottom, get the screw right to the bottom. And the screw is coming out the bottom. Now we take the stump. We need the stump. There's a screw there. We're going to take the screw gun and merely just set it up. Get it right in the heart of the stump. First we got to get in the screw. And then, and bingo, we have a stump. Now it goes over to the glue pot area. We're going to go over there, we'll pick up some cones and we'll finish this up, and that will be our wreath. So we'll pick the nicest cone to put in the center.
What makes the nicest cone?
Well, the one that covers up the most area.
Okay.
That would be probably the flattest one. There might be a little bit flatter one here. Yeah, this one here probably. And then just, we use Oasis glue, which is a medium hot glue. And you merely just hold it. It cools down very quickly. And then progressively we go up on both sides. And we take the berries. Just a little bit of glue in the berries. Put one there. Of course, we test them before we send it out to make sure everything is stuck in. We don't want people to just give it a little tug. You see, that's why I like the medium hot glue, because it actually stiffens up very quickly. And that's it. Here's our finished product.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Good morning. Which ones were you looking for?
That is beautiful.
220s or
So
$27.99?
that's our treat. We can do any
16 is
combinations on these.
$24.99.
We could do variegated boxwood. We can do magnolia. Magnolia is very nice. There's a couple on the door that you can take pictures
$24.99.
of. They're actually very simple, and you just got to take the cobwebs off, because glue will have cobwebs.
Oh,
So we just try to make sure the cobwebs aren't on there.
Making the 20s for you?
It's beautiful.